everyone. This means the absolute world to us. And thank you to Scott and Carol. Where are you guys? So. Scott and Carol have always been in my corner, and they're throwing this party to welcome everyone that's important in our lives today. Thank you for always being there to support Laura and I. You guys mean the absolute world to us. And, you know, we're so excited that everyone is here for us today, and it means the absolute world. I know I keep repeating myself because I'm blown away. But, you know, thank you all for coming. Enjoy the altitude, enjoy the stiff drinks. So, I mean, you only need 2 of them, but I'm sure that you guys will drink a couple more. I know that Jeff Ekman isn't here yet, so. Just an announcement tomorrow. Everyone, if you're Saturday, you need to be at the Limelight at 4:15. I suggest you show up a little bit early. You can charge drinks to John Pyle's room if you guys get so, if you're in Haley, be there at 4:15. I strongly suggest you be there. So, thank you everyone for coming. It's special to us. God bless. Thank you.
That this place is not the simplest to get to, but we are so thrilled that everybody is here. The thing that amazed me the most was looking at the invitation lists and where everybody is coming from, the states represented. You guys win the prize for the longest distance. But on the invitation list, besides Hawaii, there is Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, Virginia, DC, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Texas, Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, California, Oregon, and Idaho.
Wow.
I mean, that's really pretty impressive. That says a lot about it. Amazing. I'm going to tell a few stories tonight that are some are humorous, some are serious. And I want to lay this out right now. This is not a roast. This will not be a roast. Now I know this is going to disappoint a couple of people here, Henry and Jeff. I'm sorry to say that. Henry, you have fun tomorrow night. Jeff, I have no clue what you're going to do.
I don't think Charlie does either.
I don't think so. Charlie was born on December 27th of 1989. He came out running. He was stubborn, he was hard-headed, but he's a lot like his mother. And he and his mother have a really interesting relationship. Over the years, they're so similar. Charlie came up with a nickname for his mother. He calls her the Blade. And anybody who's seen the movie Sling Blade will know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's a whole other story. Charlie was the kind of kid growing up who didn't like to be surprised. And one of the things we talked to the boys about was that, you know, if you ever have any issues, problems, concerns, worries, please talk to one of us. We didn't care which one, but talk to one of us. when Charlie was in 3rd grade, they had the teacher sent home a letter telling the parents that this week we're going to have a discussion about the birds and the bees. And that they were going to have the discussion. We're going to have the discussion this week. Charlie, wanting to be fully informed, went to Kim for this discussion. She walked into our TV room, and Charlie was watching television. And Kim sat down and explained the whole thing very, very clinically to him. And he was listening really intently, but his eyes never left the TV. So finally, Kim goes, "Do you have any questions?" And she looked over him, and you could just tell those wheels were just spinning in his head. And he goes, well, finally looks at her and goes, "Let me get this right. If there's one egg and there's one sperm, why is there Henry?" So Kim looks at him, and the wheels continue to spin. And he goes, "Do you mean you had to do it again?" And she goes, "Yes." So as Charlie grew up, he was involved in a lot of different things. He played football, played basketball, played baseball, he played golf, he played lacrosse, he snowboarded for a while, he umped Little League, he reffed youth football, and he went to band camp. So we just assumed as Charlie grew older, after all these activities, he's just going to continue along that pace. Well, about middle school, he kind of took a little different direction. He decided that he wanted to learn to play the drums. So when he was in middle school, for about a year, he played the drums, and we acquiesced and we bought him a drum set. And between the Advil and the earplugs, it was a shit show with the Strand residents. So he gets to high school, just assuming that he was going to play football, because he played since he was in the 3rd grade. Not exactly. Charlie ended up in the Beaverton High School marching band. Playing the bass drum and the drum line. That lasted 3 months. He decided that golf was the better direction to go, and he concentrated on that. And one thing I gotta say is pretty impressive for anybody who's played sports. He lettered as a freshman, which is really pretty impressive. He also, I think, did it because it's an individual sport and he could play it his whole life, which is, I think, it's a pretty cool thing. As Charlie grew older, he found his way to Southern California, found his way to Chapman, and then had the phenomenal luck of meeting Lauren. We always kind of knew that Charlie would require somebody that was strong-willed. So they've been dating probably a year when you came up for Christmas to introduce her to us. She was the first young woman to ever cross our threshold and be introduced. And it was really important. It really was great. So we realized with Charlie's strong personality and his principles, we needed somebody who was strong. We realized very quickly that this young woman ain't a pushover. She's very strong-willed and a strong person herself. She's got incredible morals. She is compassionate. She's caring, and her principles are phenomenal. And I think it's an amazing combination between the two of you. I normally don't give advice freely to the boys or anybody, but since I have the stage and I have my soapbox, I'm going to do it. There's a little advice we give to young married couples, and it's pretty simple and pretty basic. Is do things together, do things apart, but always present it in front. And as long as I'm expounding on this, I'm excused. There's something that we heard that I think makes incredible sense. Is contribute more than you take. And when you think about it, in your life, your relationship, in your career, it will take you a very, very long ways. Last thing I really want to say is we all have our defining moments with our kids. And the defining moment I had with Charlie, we had with Charlie, he was a Chapman. And I don't know what year he was, but it really doesn't matter. He called, and we're having a conversation. He goes, Mom, you're my rock. Dad, you're my inspiration. And Henry, you're my blanket. And when you, as a parent, there's nothing greater than to hear your son embrace family like he did. And I think those types of attributes will take you guys a long ways. Life is a bit of a roller coaster. And one thing that we heard a while back was that when times are tough and you're struggling, somebody told us, this too shall pass. And when things are really, really good, this too shall pass. So it works in both directions. But the roller coaster ride you guys are on, I think you'll ride it very well together. And the last thing I want to say is, I'm so happy to have a girl in the family.
I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star. Wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dreams that you dare to, why, oh,
Not
why
monetarily, but
can
spiritually. As you two walk through life and grow together, you will see that your efforts have compounding results when pulling on the same side of the road, and that your faith and love knowing the money is not worth the imminent stomach ache that she's going to have. Because these acts you have shown through your dating make her feel loved, cherished, and that she's the only woman for you. Lauren, continue to support his passions like you have been doing. Help him clean a rifle every once in a while. Go catch a lobster, or even shoot a dove. It won't kill you. Because as you do so, the security he will receive in having a wife who loves him for exactly who he is will surpass all other worldly comforts. I've watched you two live up to this so far, but here comes the challenge: to persevere in what you have been doing, to keep succeeding in the love you have. Sacrifice and devotion when the days begin to speed up, when the kids are crying, and when Birdie has destroyed her 67th pair of Uggs. Keep loving, keep sacrificing, for nothing on this earth can take that from you two, and it is what can bring true meaning to this life. Solomon wrapped up the book of Ecclesiastes again, the book we first mentioned, with the only two takeaways on the whole meaning of life: to honor God and to put love and effort into your relationships.
But I'm just as memorized with you today as the day I met you. I promise not to make that many jokes during this moment, because I can smile knowing that we'll have the rest of our lives to laugh together. There will be plenty more Birdie song remixes. Thank God that the word baby and birdie are so interchangeable. I know that I've told you that you are witty, and I thought that you should have been a lawyer because you're so intelligent and smart, and you have great comebacks. And where I like to spike the ball in people's faces, you choose humility, you choose compassion, and you choose empathy. I hate seeing you mad at me, but I know that sometimes I bring it out in you. Like when I leave my clothes on the floor, and I tell you to hurry up in the grocery store, and how I poke fun of how long your coffee order is. But when you smile, it is free therapy. Our journey to get here involves heartbreak. I believe that hard times put us on a direct path to the very best moments of our lives. As humans, we both have made the mistake of trying to make something work that God didn't intend for us. I prayed every day that I could find someone that understood me and could walk by me when the times were hard rather than good. When I stopped trying to force things, God provided me with you. God hasn't given me everything I wanted, but rather everything that I've needed, which is you. Today is the happiest day of my life because today solidifies that you chose me. You chose my good, you chose my flaws, and the same goes from me to you. I just want you, that's all. Flaws, mistakes, smiles, giggles, jokes, and worries. I want everything. I choose you. I fancy myself a good salesman. You told me that your father and I have been blessed with the gift of listening to people and rebuttaling with words they know they want to hear. I have accomplished a lot and am proud of a lot of deals, but there's one deal that I've been chasing my whole life, and today I get to cash that check. You are my greatest deal and my greatest close. I have found that a man is blessed with 2 lives, and the second one begins when he realizes that this is the only one that he has. Thank you for blending my 2 lives to our life today. I love you, and we're just getting started, baby.
It's really hot. It's hot. Sorry, I just relaxed. Okay. Charlie. When I dreamt of the man I wanted to spend my life with, I never imagined he would turn out to be as wonderful as you are. From our first date over coffee, where I spilt my latte down the front of my shirt, I knew my favorite thing about us would be our ability to laugh at all of life's messiness and my clumsiness. Even when I am covered in coffee, you make me feel loved and beautiful. I love how fiercely you love, protect those you care about, and do everything with passion. I love all of your colors, and you make life vivid and bright. Today, I vow to forever put you first. I promise to keep God at the foundation of our marriage. I promise to be your teammate. I will always defend you in public, but I will also hold you accountable and help you grow in private. I promise to try new things with you and value the little things that are important to you, even if that means you need to go fishing on the day of our rehearsal. I vow to love you fiercely and show you commitment and appreciation, not only through my words, but my actions. I vow to laugh with you over every spilt coffee in times of joy and comfort you during the inevitable times of sorrow. I will love you forever. You may not be the center of the universe, but I promise you will always be the center of mine.
So the last thing is the rings. I've been told that both of you have rings for each other. And so Henry and Marissa, if you'd give each their respective rings. So both of you let these rings be an outward symbol of your marriage to each other for all under the sun to see. The best man, thank you for the ring. So, Marissa. Charlie, as you place the ring on Lauren's finger, can you please repeat after me? Lauren, I promise to honor you, respect you, and love you. I promise to be faithful, caring, and compassionate for as long as I live. Lauren, as you place the ring on Charlie's finger.
Any place you only dream of, where your soul is always free. Silver stages, golden curtains filled by head-played as could be. As a rainbow grew around the sun, all my stars of love and guide came from somewhere beyond the sea to see. These lovely people played just for me. If I let you see this place where stories all ring true, will you let me past your face to see what's really you? It's not for me, I ask this question as though I were a king. For you have to love, believe and feel before the burst of tambourines take you there. Green grass and high clouds forever, castles of stone sold in glory. Lost faces say we adore you, as kings and queens bow and play for you.
birds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I? Well, I see trees of
These are the